Hi guys, so welcome to part 2 of my creative masterpiece. What you see here is the dramatic over-the-top editorial look that I created in black and silver, and it is incomplete. It's missing eyeliner along the waterline, it's missing curled lashes, it's missing mascara and false lashes, and essentially I could actually throw on a neutral lip and a little bit of color on my cheek, get dressed in my clubbing clothes, and head on out the door. But I am going to take the look to the next level and actually do the artistic work that is going to be based on an Erte print. Let me show you that again. So this is one in a series of lithographs that Erte did on the precious gemstones, and that one is the ruby one. So red, black, and silver I thought would go really well together. So now I'm going to spend a lot of time painting and drawing on my face, so I'll edit in and out. I am going to start with painting basically swirly designs on my face that are similar to what are in the lithograph, and I am going to use my Mayron palette. This is that Paradise palette. I used it to do my kitty cat look the other day, and I'll probably use it also to do the lion, which I'll do for Halloween look. But there's a really pretty red in this palette, and again, super creamy, rich, water-based makeup. You just activate it by adding a little bit of water and it becomes liquid like paint, and then it stays on your face until you wash it off, and it washes off with water and soap. So it's a great product. And essentially I'm going to use a series of paint brushes. So these are actual paint brushes, very fine tipped, a little bit bigger, and I got these at Hobby Lobby. I love them. You can buy expensive makeup brushes to do work like this, or you can just use paint brushes, 50% off on sale. So I'm going to get in the middle of my forehead and create a circular dot. There's lots of circular gemstones in this look, so I'm just going to paint a red dot right in the middle of my forehead. And just create a series down the forehead onto my nose. And I'm just going to kind of roll with it. Basically that means I have the design in front of me, I have the artwork to look at, but I'm not going to replicate it exactly as I'm seeing it on the page. I'm just going to kind of play with the makeup and see what happens as I go along and just be creative. That's the whole point of being an artist, is just seeing what happens sometimes with the tools and materials that you're going to use. So okay, so I'm going to work on some swirls now on my face. And I'm going to fill this and go back in probably with some darker pigment and some lighter highlights and probably some silver and holographic glitter to give it some dimension. So as you can see, I'm just kind of laying down the design. Gotta start on this side, and I swirl here, and then some details. Just paint a little bit at a time. Try to keep it symmetrical and even. It's kind of fun so far, huh? I have a cat walking on the table in front of me, and now I must introduce her because you're going to see her tail in about 2 seconds. Come here. This is my little girl Nan. You met Strider. Well, I don't know if I'll post this before you see Strider, but I did the Strider mask for Halloween. So I say, hi Nan. Isn't she pretty? She's my little girl. Okay, down. Okay. I lost my paintbrush. Cats. Okay, mirror. Alright, back to work. Okay, so this is pretty much a good portion of the design that I'm going to paint. And it's very flat. You'll see it's just one color, lots of swirls. Again, I used one paintbrush with a really fine point, a little bit of water, and the red from the Mayron palette. So now I need to go back in and give some depth to this. And essentially, some of the highlights are like pink to white. So what I'm going to do is dip my brush. I'll probably use my smaller one. So I've been using this brush, which is a nice point to it. Same make of brush. I'm going to use a super fine pointed one, and I'm going to dip it into the white and a little bit of red. I'm probably going to use my hand to blend it in the back of my hand, so I don't make a real mess of the palette. So you can see it's on my hand here, and I'm going to blend it so that it's just kind of pinky. And this will be like a highlight color. And I see that the design has lots of little dots. So this is going to be time-consuming, laborious work, but it should be fun. So now that I have a highlight, and I'm just going to go down along my swirl. And let me just zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. You can barely see it, but there it is. So you can see I just put a little bit of a highlight there. Let me get a little bit more on my brush. Okay. So you can see there's some highlights there. And I'm going to go around and do a lot more of that up here. Try to stay along the curve of the design. It's going to take me a little bit of time. So now I'm just adding those highlight details to the side of the design. Little dots. Again, I'm just trying to add some depth to the design. It was so flat with all the red.